What's something becoming obsolete that you think we should actually save? My dad was a truck driver for 30 years. He was always on the road, so he would call me every night to say goodnight. This was back when payphones were everywhere. He would call me from a payphone every night, and I would tell him about my day. He would tell me where he was, and we would say goodnight. I remember one night he called me from a payphone, and I could hear the wind blowing. He told me he was in the middle of nowhere, and it was so cold he could see his breath. He said he was going to sleep in his truck, and he would call me in the morning. The next morning, he called me and told me he had to drive through a blizzard to get to his next stop. He said it was so bad he could barely see the road. He told me he had to drive really slow, and it took him all night to get there. He said he was so tired he could barely keep his eyes open. He told me he was going to take a nap, and he would call me when he woke up. I remember thinking how hard it must be to drive in a blizzard, and how tired he must have been. I was so proud of him for doing such a hard job. I miss those calls.